Kumasi Metropolis, Asokwa Municipality, Swami Municipality, Old Tafo Municipality, Oforokro Municipality, Asokore Mampo Municipality, Kwadaso Municipality, Echiman Webieja Municipality, Kwabre East Municipality, Ejesu Municipality, Efija Kwabre South District, Bosomche District, Echima Kwawoma District, and Echima Webiaja North District. This, in essence, means that everyone resident in these areas must stay at home for the next 2 weeks. However, if you must go out, it must only be to get essential items such as food, medicine, water, undertake banking transactions, or to use public toilet facilities. But as much as possible, stay at home. There shall be during this period no intercity movement of vehicles and aircraft for private or commercial purposes for the areas of the restrictive measures, except for vehicles and aircrafts providing essential services and those carrying cargo. Riders of motorbikes are not allowed to carry any additional person, and all intracity passenger vehicles, such as trotros and taxis, must reduce the number of passengers in order to observe appropriate social distance and hygiene protocols. Additionally, all commercial vehicle stations shall observe appropriate hygiene protocols and social distancing. The Ministry of Transport has engaged the transport operators and unions in this regard. The Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development has also engaged with the metropolitan, municipal, and district assemblies and the leaders of the market associations in the country to make satisfactory arrangements about the operations of the markets that ensure observance of social distancing and enhanced hygiene protocols. In any event, only persons involved in the food value chain can operate in the markets during this period. Individuals and institutions providing the following services shall be exempted from the restrictions: members of the executive, legislature, and the judiciary. Production, distribution, and marketing of food, beverages, pharmaceuticals, medicine, paper, and plastic packages. Environmental and sanitation activities. Staff of VALCO, road and railway construction workers, mining workers, fisherfolk, members of the security agencies assigned lawful duties, staff of electricity, water, telecommunications, e-commerce, and digital service providers, and staff of fuel stations. Fellow Ghanaians, to accelerate the contact tracing process and ensure we contain the spread of the virus in the shortest time, we will use the military and police to assist health authorities to expedite the process. We will also pursue a policy of testing all contacts of people tested positive. The affected areas, and indeed all other regions, have earmarked designated isolation and treatment centers for the management of suspected and confirmed cases, as well as the selection of facilities for mandatory quarantine is being carried out. An intensive public health education and community awareness on social distancing and hand washing will be carried out. It is very important that we protect all healthcare providers with personal protective equipment to make sure that they do not contract the virus in the process of protecting our lives. Government is therefore taking delivery of additional PPEs, and more are being procured. Distribution of 17,000 coveralls, 350,000 masks, 17,000 goggles, 2,400 non-contact thermometers, 350,000 gloves, 25,000 sanitizers, and 30,000 test kits are ongoing for healthcare personnel and those undertaking contact tracing and testing. We're recruiting 1,000 community health workers and an additional 1,000 volunteers to help in this endeavor. 100 pickup vehicles and 2,500 tablets have been mobilized for the exercise. Fellow Ghanaians, I'm urging all of you to bear with these additional measures. They are being done in the interest of all of us. They are hopefully only for a short while. These additional measures, together with those earlier announced, are what will help us defeat the virus. And we must be united in our determination and efforts to overcome this challenge. This certainly is not the time for politicking or the display of partisanship. The virus does not care which party you belong to. Neither is it, as we have seen, a respecter of persons. The enemy is the virus and not each other. As I've stated in my earlier broadcasts, all the measures I have announced tonight will be subject to constant review. Fellow Ghanaians, we are in this together, and government will stand by you. We are aware that there will be discomfort and difficulties for all of us over the next couple of weeks. As a responsive government, we will continue to implement bold measures to mitigate the impact of the coronavirus on businesses and households and ensure that job losses are minimized. The Minister for Finance has been directed by me to prepare for approval by Parliament a coronavirus alleviation program to address the disruption in economic activities, the hardship of our people, and to rescue and revitalize our industries. He will then immediately make available a minimum of 1 billion cedis to households and businesses, particularly small and medium-scale enterprises. The commercial banks are, in addition, responding to the Bank of Ghana's 1.5% decrease in the policy rate and 2% in reserve requirement, with a 3 billion CD facility to support industry, especially in the pharmaceutical, hospitality, service and manufacturing sectors. We're providing additional relief, such as extension of the tax filing date from April to June, a 2% reduction of interest rates by banks, effective 1st April 2020, the granting by the banks of a 6-month moratorium of principal repayments to entities in the airline and hospitality industries, i.e. hotels, restaurants, car rentals, food vendors, taxis, and Uber operators. All other sector credit exposures will be reviewed on a case-by-case basis. Mobile money users can send up to 100 CDs for free, and 100% to 300% increase in the daily transaction limits for mobile money transactions. Let me also reiterate that the ban on public gatherings, religious or social, is still in force. Anyone, irrespective of status, religion, or ethnicity, who is found to be flouting them will be dealt with fully in accordance with law. The security services have been clothed with the necessary power to enforce these measures, and I assure you, they will do so responsibly, but without fear or favor, ill will or malice. Fellow Ghanaians, with the Bank of Ghana predicting a worst-case GDP growth rate scenario of 2.5% for 2020, should the virus continue to linger for the rest of the year, the effects on our economy would be dire. However, as we have demonstrated over the course of the last 3 years, where we inherited an economy that was growing at 3.4% and transformed it into one which has grown by an average of 7% over the last 3 years, I assure you that we know what to do to bring back our economy back to life.